Louisiana Beer Reviews Special Edition Barina 4.6% alcohol revisited. Cerveza Barina was introduced in 2004, 12 years ago, by a company called Cervecería Hondureña. Okay, well, this is an old company from around like 1916 in Honduras, and they had, yeah, I forgot it's a twist cap. Oh my, that was not the intended result. Clean up on desk one. Okay, I bought this at Acuista Paces. They've added beer brands over the years like Port Royal, and they were acquired by SAB Miller at some point. I guess this will be, by the end of 2016, fully part of Anheuser-Busch InBev, which is buying all the SAB Miller assets, well, many of them, and casting off some, spinning off some, and all the Miller brands in America they are turning over to Molson Coors. Most of this is being done because, for two reasons. First reason, they weren't really interested in having the Miller brands, because that would be a bunch of replication for what they already have. And secondly, they bought the company because they wanted to get in on their African market, because SAB Miller was the big company with an entrenched African presence. And that's a huge growth area, especially for just regular old lagers and malt liquors. So not so much from craft beers, but the African market, sub-Saharan and Saharan, North and other parts of Africa. Oh, some little white sediment, which is typical. You can hear them weeding out there. I had to shut the window and the door. It'll get stuffy in here. Pretty good white head with that stereotypical Miller lacing, clear straw appearance. But so they already prayed. I have some beans, kidney beans, and onions, of course. Some people will say, "Oh, he does eat onions." That's true. It's not all I eat. It's just largely what I eat. And some sausage. Oh, why is he always eating sausage? Yes, I don't know why that would matter, but for some people it might. But anyway, so that's a big thing they wanted to get their hands on, okay, the African market. So they bought them. SAB Miller was looking for a sellout or an acquisition, because that would make more money for the stockholders. Altria, the major stockholder of the company, was looking for this. Altria, formerly of Philip Morris, the tobacco company. All right, anyway, it has an interesting aroma. Now, Rate Beer and Beer Advocate are not giving it good scores, okay? They are not favorable towards this. So you can get on there and see, and it's going to be poor. But on the other hand, it's the most popular beer in Honduras. It comes in the big bottles, the 12-ounce bottles, and the 12-ounce cans. So it's so horrible that it's the most popular beer in Honduras. So either what people are saying on Rate Beer and Beer Advocate is inaccurate, or all the people in Honduras, or the vast majority of people in Honduras who are beer drinkers, have very poor taste. It's an interesting aroma. It's like biscuity, malty. There's a strong adjunct aroma, and I haven't had this for almost 5 years, okay? But it's pleasant. It's not corn, and it's not that off-putting corn bread that I've been commenting about with Samuel Adams Boston Lager for around a year now. It's a pleasant, and I can't describe it. It's a barley malt and it's gee whiz, I'm not good at describing beers. But it's something there that you would have to, there's no skunk, by the way, clear bottle, no trace of skunk. This was $1.50 for the single at Acuista Paces, okay? That flavor is mimicking the aroma. It's like a striking, yeah, it's like a biscuity, I don't want to say a sourdough biscuit, but bready, biscuity, barley malt. I'm going to look at this on the SAB Miller website, and I'm going to see if what they're saying matches up with my Cyclops prediction, because I did not look that up there. I was looking at the Cerveceria Hondureña website, and but I didn't look at the SAB Miller, and I should do that. But it's a sharp flavor. It's like grassy hops and barley malt, and not adjuncty. It's and a lot of people that I talk to in the beer world, they'll say that they notice that these Latino beers, they seem richer and more flavorful, and maybe better than the American counterparts. This stuff's so hot, I don't know if I can eat it on air. People, you stuff in your mouth, yeah. My stuff in my mouth, maybe not. Who cares? Okay, wobbly jubbly. Pairs well with light kidney beans and sausage with cheese and onion, let me assure you. And of course hot sauce and black pepper. I mean, remember who you're watching. It's high light. In other words, it's almost a medium body. Maybe it is low medium. The finish is crisp, it's refreshing, and it's got character. It's not the easiest beer to describe. It says Han 5226, and I don't know what the date means or what that code means, guys. They should put a more clearly marked code, and I can't argue with that. I mean, I'll mock what Greg is saying, like, about the date, guys, because it's funny the way he says it, but I'm actually agreeing. I 100% agree with him that it is not hard to put a date. It really isn't, or it shouldn't be. Maybe it is. Maybe there's something in brewing beer and labeling that putting a legible date is extremely difficult. I don't think that should be true, though. Excuse me. See the carbonation. Now they've changed the label since I did it before, reviewed it before. Escapate con su sabor. Escape with, what does that mean? Escape with, like, I don't know, like the website's all about partying and young people and having a good time, so I'm not a Spanish speaker. And it's embarrassing that I don't know that. Okay. Ingredients. It's all in Spanish. Ingredientes. Agua, malta, adjunctos. Maltosa y saccharosa. Okay. What is that? Corn syrup. Maltose syrup. Okay, maltose syrup. The brewers, they're using the brewer's syrup. Dextrose maltose, which we've been talking about lately, and is not the same thing as the K-Row that you're buying at the grocery store or the supermarket. Well, it's mighty fine. I can see why it's the #1 beer brand in Honduras, and I cannot see why it would get such low scores and people would say it's awful and all of that. I don't see it, folks. Thickhead. So, this is... This. I would have waited for him to finish, but I was getting really hungry. So sorry about that in the background. I'm telling you, this it's got to be the hop. It's probably, hop extract, whatever. But whatever it is, it's really good. So it gives it so much character and like robustness. And I mean, it's not bold and strong in the alcohol level, but it's bold and strong in its flavor. So I'm gonna say it's an A-. Really, in the style, the American Adjunct Lager is probably more like an A, but I think for beer overall, it's an A-. But really delicious. I think on the Cyclops scale it's probably 3 out of 5 sugar cubes. It seems pretty sweet, and it's probably 2 out of 5 hop cones. I'm gonna check that, and you might come in and say you're wrong. You're wrong. Well, I will always admit if I'm wrong. Okay, so you don't even. I mean, you could say it. You don't have to, because I'm gonna check it, and I'll say to myself either, oh yeah, you're right, or you're close, or oh, that was terrible. You were really wrong. We'll see. So. Les Bon Temps Roulé, I am very happy that I revisited this beer. Just, don't you love it when a beer is 100% good and 0% bad? Now there's something to say, you know, that's a that's the sign of a great beer, 100% good and 0% bad. And you all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.